two stellar quarterbacks with Hall of Fame credentials, the Giants' Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers of the Chargers. They're both heading squads with 0-4 records. So these squads, they play each other on Sunday, and it begs the question, when is it time to say goodbye? And the reason I ask this question is they're getting elite-level money. Take a look at the money that these quarterbacks are making, which is substantial for this year. This is the money that they're making. Fans are asking ahead of it. Are they worth it? Is it time to make a move?
JB, there are a lot of factors that would move a quarterback away from a team. And let me give you one of those factors. Let me take it back to the Patriots. When Drew Bledsoe, who had just signed a new contract, was the face of the franchise, he was everything they were selling in New England. Lo and behold, he gets hurt against the New York Jets. Tom Brady comes in off the bench. When Drew Bledsoe is ready to come back and play, what does Bill Belichick say? I'm not going with him. I'm staying with Tom Brady because I see my team lifting their play to support their young quarterback. So
and you bring that story up because?
Well, because that's a situation that you actually moved away from a guy who has been the face of a franchise for a long time. Now, there are other mitigating factors, and I'm sure Ray and Phil have their take on this whole thing, too. But I do believe that three of these quarterbacks on this list will not be with their team next year.
Because?
Which three would you say?
I would say Drew Brees, Carson Palmer, and Phillip Rivers.
Won't be.
Will not be on their teams next year. That's what I believe.
See, and the only thing I kind of agree with you, but the only thing I'm saying about that is the scenario you just said about Brees and Brady, that's the only way these quarterbacks won't be there, I think. I don't think they let them go. I don't think Brees is too valuable to New Orleans.
Still performing
Absolutely.
well. Mm-hmm.
Phillip Rivers still doing the same thing. And so when you think about can they move on? I think they only do it, Boom, if they have something like that happens.
I think he's right in this respect. Drew Brees still performing well in a unique offense run by Sean Payton, who really thinks he's the quarterback out there, and Drew Brees is the extension of him.
Hey, it's working well.
It works.
Has been. Yeah.
My gosh, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. And I think Sean Payton, how long he's been down in New Orleans, they haven't been to the playoffs. They haven't had great success. So I think that will have a lot to do with Drew Brees. If Sean Payton happened to move as a coach, what do you think he'd do to establish his new place where he's going? Most likely say, hey, Drew, come on over, man, for a year.
That's a special situation as well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what it takes. We're in a new age. And what's the age? It's where the quarterback is paid so much money, you can't fire him. Mm-hmm. They can't because of the cap hits and stuff like that. So they got they call him the face of the franchise because they are.
Is that the situation in New York with Eli Manning?
Eli Manning, you can't put him in the same category sometimes, because he's won 2 championships. And the last 2 weeks, it looks like they have kind of figured out what they're going to do on the offensive side. So he has more give than any of these guys, in my estimation, because of the fact he 2 MVPs in the Super Bowl.
I will just say this. When you're in the salary cap era like we are, you have to look ahead to dead cap money, meaning if you move the guy away from your team and he still has a contract with your team, there will be money that will be there that will go against your cap in the next year. The biggest number happens to be Joe Flacco, $28,750,000. Guess what? He's not going anywhere.
He's not going
to be in Baltimore. But everybody else, with the exception of Drew Brees, has a manageable number if those teams want to move away from their older quarterbacks and draft new ones. They could absorb that salary plus a young rookie quarterback salary.
My last thing would be this, is we're seeing, and, I hear about, is the NFL ready, when we get ready for the draft, about these quarterbacks coming out. And I think we're seeing these quarterbacks are seasoned. They're ready for the NFL. And if they have the right coach who has an offensive mind, that they can make it work. We're seeing it with Deshaun Watson. Jared Goff gets the right coach. These young quarterbacks can get it done because why, Ray? Because they got talent.
Here's what Ray just passed a note over to me. So, in essence, what you guys are saying is their situation, the quarterbacks, is just like this show. You can't move them.